people, welcome back to the channel. This is Stockholm Gunnar. Arsenal smashed Leeds 5-0 Saturday evening. Martin Odegaard got injured, Bukayo Saka got injured, Eberechi Eze was unveiled at the Emirates Stadium. These are the topics that I'm going to be talking about today in this stream. Before I do that, if you are new around here, right, and you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, smash the like for the stream, much appreciated. And now let's talk about the game, Saturday's game. This was an amazing game. Personally, I was away. I recorded the game while I was away, and when I came back home, put the kids to sleep, I sat down and watched it. And the amazing thing is that when you actually know the result in beforehand, right, and you tend to watch the game a little bit more freely, and you tend to enjoy the game a little bit more. It was amazing. I thought Arsenal played very, very good. It's just unlucky that both our captain and our vice captain got injured just before we are going to the unveiled games, which is next week. And we're going to talk about the game. I thought there were a couple of players that played beautifully, brilliant, right? We know the usual one is Bukayo Saka. Zuberman did well together with Declan Rice, but the two players that I thought was brilliant personally was Jurriën Timber and Ricardo Calafiore. Those two I thought was amazing. They were the players for me in this game. They were. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the players on that field in that game, and we're gonna start with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, when we called upon him, did his thing. I think he was brilliant, and his passes was on point on Saturday. I really do think so. And the other thing is that when we called upon him, he came out with the big saves. There's one particular save that I have in mind right now I can think about, which was basically when Leeds got a corner, and the corner came in, and the Leeds player got it, headed to it, and it came at Raya so forcefully, right, that he had to come up with a cat reflex, right? The way that he jumped up and reacted so quickly was brilliant to see. So therefore, when we called upon Raya, he was there and he did his job. He really did his job. I think that was brilliant from him. And the long balls that he was giving to Victor Gyökeres, the long balls all the time, over the top, I think those were on the point. They were on the money, seriously. His distribution was very good. That is Raya. I think he was brilliant in this game, and together with Calafiore and Jurriën Timber, I think those three players were the players of the game. Now, let's talk about our right back, Jurriën Timber. I mean, this guy is quality. He is seriously quality. I know Leeds is a newly promoted team, so therefore we shouldn't expect that much from them. And I said it in my preview also that that we were gonna smash Leeds. I had it, the result aspect of things, that it was gonna be 3-0. That's what I said on my preview. But we smashed them by 5-0. We smashed them by 5-0. And I kind of knew that it was going to be an easy game for Arsenal. But we did not start the game gun-hosing, right? We did not. We were nervous, and we were feeling that bit of a pressure at home. That's what it felt like the first 30 minutes in the game. But as soon as we got our first goal, we kind of eased up, and we got into the game, and that was good to see. That was good to see, because that pressure on our shoulders came off, right? And then we start playing our game the way we wanted to play, right? So Jurriën Timber, he was up and down on that right side, helping Bukayo Saka on the right wing, and I think he was brilliant. And he got 2 goals. Those was very, let's say the first goal was brilliant. The header, the way he directed it to the bottom corner of the goal, right? The right, I think it was there. Let me see. It will be the left corner side. So therefore, the way he headed towards that area was brilliant. The second goal was a bit of a scuff inside the penalty box area, and he got a toe to the ball and he poked it into the goal. That was all right. That was always 2 beautiful goals, 2 good goals from Jurriën Timber. I think he was brilliant in this game. Our center halves, well, they did not have that much to do, but they were brilliant in the same time. I really do think so. And because of the fact that how poor Leeds was, it wasn't that much of a front threat from Leeds. So their night was kind of a little bit quiet for them. But it's going to be a whole lot different when we go to Anfield next week. It really is going to be something else. So, Calafiori though. Calafiori, I mean, this guy doesn't get praised very often. He really doesn't. I think in this game, the amount of times that he was going up and down in that left side was unbelievable. And how comfortable he is on the ball. He can dribble, right? He can take on a player and he can cross those balls in. A matter of fact, those crosses wasn't on the money all the time, but he could do that. And I think he was very good. I really do think he was very good. And I was surprised how often he was going up in that left wing, right? Doing those overlaps. And that was brilliant to see. It was very nice to see from Calafiori. A little bit different from Lewis Kelly, because Lewis Kelly tend to be drifting into, what do you call it? He would tend to drift into the midfield, right? Into that midfield. Whereas Calafiori was just up and down on that left wing, right? And he will do the overlap and he will come under, right? And then go through the lines in order to help the left winger. I think that was excellent game for Calafiori. He was substituted later on in the second half, and Lewis Kelly came in. I think Lewis Kelly does what Lewis Kelly do, and he was more of a midfielder rather than a left back, but he was doing the job as the left back anyway, right? So those are the defenders and the goalkeeper. And then in that midfield, oh my days, Declan Rice and Zubimendi. Those two has found a way to play with each other. I really do think so. Not only did we see the brilliance of the way they are playing currently, we also saw the glimpse of it in the Manchester United game. And what they are doing and the way that Arteta has tweaked it in that midfield is that sometimes Declan Rice sits as that number 6, and Zubimendi moves up the field, further up the field, and distributes those balls, right? And they interchange then, vice versa. And then Zubimendi sits as that number 6 while Declan Rice booms forward. And I think basically that when Zubimendi is further up the field, I think that's when we get the best out of those two, because Declan Rice is the destroyer. He's the one that goes after the ball and retrieves the ball for us. He is great at that. He really is very good at that. So I would have Zubimendi further up the field most of the times. But the way they were doing that, it was very good. And it gave us such a control, such a beautiful control, right? So therefore, Mikel Arteta's tactics in that midfield worked, and it worked on the Manchester United game, and also worked against Leeds as well, which is good. We want to see more of this, and we want to see, I think we're going to see a little bit more of those two sitting back as a pivot, right, against the Liverpool game. So let's see. We're a little bit worried when it comes to the Anfield, but our hopes are not are not out. Basically, we are hopeful that we will get a result against Liverpool. Now, Martin Odegaard. I personally thought Martin Odegaard had an all right game. I mean, he's trying to find his form, right? It's just not it's not happening for him. But you can see some glimpse in him that he's trying really to get back to that form that he had, right? And one particular memory that I have from the game is that it was early in the game and he came in on his left foot and he took the shot to the near post, and I thought maybe that's what he should be doing a little bit more. He really should be doing that a little bit more and have that threat outside the box, right? But then again, he was not really finding those key passes to the front man. But he really is trying. He really is trying. And then up to the, 35 minutes into the game, he got tackled and he fell on his shoulder and he got injured. How severe is that injury? I'm not really sure. So we are all waiting for the reports to come out. And there's an article from the Standards newspaper, and I'm going to read it to you guys a little bit later on. But now let's just continue focusing on the players on the field. Now, I think he will get into his former form. I really do think so. And he will be good to the money. He really will be good to the money. That is Martin Odegaard. Bukayo Saka on the right side, before he got injured, he was brilliant. And the way he took his goal was unbelievable. I mean, he is Mr. Reliable for us. He really is Mr. Reliable for us. And it's going to be difficult to be without him. It really is going to be difficult to be without him. And it looks like the injury that he had is a hamstring injury. So we will see how long he will be out. We just have to wait and see what the doctors say. And I think the doctors are going to be looking at both Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka today, Sunday. So that is Bukayo Saka, Mr. Reliable on the right side. When he got injured, we did a couple of switches around in the game. The players, particularly the what's his name, Nune Madueke, came over to the right side, and I think he was all right. And you can see how direct and dynamic Nune Madueke really is. So he could do a job against Liverpool next week. So we will see what kind of tactics that Arteta will devise and put on the field. So that is Bukayo Saka. And then let's go to the left side, which was Nune Madueke. Nune Madueke, like I said, he's direct and dynamic, right? So therefore, he was trying to take on his players and cross those balls in as early as he can. But was he successful? I think it was 50-50. It was not the most brilliant game from him, but he was better on the right side. When he came on the right side for Bukayo Saka, he was better. He was taking on his players and he was trying to make something happen. But on the left side, he was less successful. But he is a lot better. He is a lot better than Martinelli. He really is. In order to put those crosses into the box, he is really tried. He really tried. And he was trying to cross those balls in, but most of them was being blocked. And the ones that came in, it did not went past the first line of the defense. So he needs to work on that one. He really needs to work on that. And then you have the main guy, Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres, who got his goal, and he got another one as well. For me, Victor Gyökeres seemed to be, at the beginning of the game, a little bit nervous, right? I think he felt the pressure of playing at the home ground. And at the beginning, he was trying to bring the players into the fold, right? And he was trying to bring down those balls and distribute it over to our players, but he was not being successful. But the further we went into the game, you can see that he relaxed. He relaxed and came into his own, and then and got his goal. And he did get his goal. Now we scored 5 goals. We scored 5 goals. The first goal was the goal from a set piece. I mean, our set pieces are brilliant. Declan Rice, the way he takes those free kicks and the corners is beautiful. They are so dangerous, and we are good at set pieces. We are good at set pieces. So therefore, nobody can knock us on that one. It is a weapon that we have. It is a weapon that we have, and we should use it. We should use it every time we get the chance to use it. We should take it, right? I don't care what the Arsenal haters say about our set pieces. I think it's brilliant. I really do think it's brilliant. The first goal came from a corner. And the way Declan Rice took that corner, it was on the money. And Jurriën Timber got his head to it, right? He really got his head to it and he found the net. That was the first goal that we scored. The second goal was Bukayo Saka's goal where he ran in through the channel and the ball was threaded over to him and he took it on his right foot and he scored into the net. That was brilliant. The third goal, Victor Gyökeres, the guy that we are talking about currently, is a brilliant run from him on the left side. He really did run into the channel and he came back on his right foot, dribbled past 1-2 players and then took the shot and hit the near post, right, and it went in. It really did went in. And that's the way he does, Victor Gyökeres. Those are the goals that he usually scores, right? And when you see him playing for the national team, those are the types of goals that he scores. And when you actually look at the history at the Sporting Lisbon, the way he scores his goal, those are the types of goals that he scores. The second goal he scored was from a penalty. It was a comfortable and confident taking penalty from Victor Gyökeres. It really was. It really was. And I think he's on his way to get 20-25 goals in the season. I really do think so. I really think so. I think he's gonna hit the 20-25 marks, right? And it's gonna be a race between Victor Gyökeres and Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland and Victor Gyökeres are two different players, right? They really are two different players. But the race for the person that's gonna score the most goal is between those two. I will put Etikeke in there as well from Liverpool. I think he's amazing, and we will see what happens from Isak's side. Alexander Isak, the Newcastle player, whether he will go to Liverpool or not. We will see what happens to that side. But if he comes into that fold, he could be in for that shot as well for the persons, for the people that will score the most goals. That is Victor Gyökeres, and he scored the fifth goal, and that was from a penalty that our youngster, what's his name, Max Dorman, was brought down in the penalty in the box, and we got the penalty and we scored. That is the game, and I think it was, especially when you actually watching the game and you know the result in beforehand. Like I said, you tend to watch the game with a little bit more freedom and a little bit more enjoyment. It's different from when you actually doing your watch along stream and you commentating about the game and you're talking about the game and you're staring at the game and you're trying to analyze as much as you can so that you can channel it over to your audience, right? So I think it was brilliant. I really do think it was a brilliant game. I think it was a good game. It was nice to see Arsenal getting their second win in the Premier League. It really was brilliant. It really was a very good game. Next up is Liverpool. Liverpool is next week's game, and I think I think it's going to be a problem. A problem. Why? Because Odegaard is injured, and then and Bukayo Saka is also injured. Ideally, what I wanted was that both Odegaard and Saka to be injury free, and then we could go to that game, and then we can go full on and try to attack them, right? But it's gonna be different now. It's gonna be different. So let's see. Let's just wait and see what we can produce at Anfield. Let's just wait and see. Now, that was the game at Saturday, right? And now let's talk about the injury. There is an article from the Standards that came out this morning. And let me show you. This is the article. Where is it? Hold on a second. This is the article from the Standard. Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard set for scan as Mikel Arteta delivers an injury update before Liverpool. The Gunners left sweating on the fitness of two key players with the trip to Anfield up next, right? Mikel Arteta says Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard will have scans on Sunday as Arsenal sweat on their pair's fitness. Odegaard and Bukayo Saka were both forced to come off early during Arsenal's 5-0 win over Leeds on Saturday. Odegaard suffered a shoulder injury in the first half, while Bukayo Saka left the pitch holding his hamstring minutes after the breaks. Both players will undergo further assessment on Sunday, with Arteta fearful that Bukayo Saka's injury could be significant. That is very, very worrying. It could be a significant injury. Did he have a hamstring injury? Yes, I think he had a hamstring injury last season. And let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see what comes out from that doctor's scans, right? They said both players will undergo further assessment on Sunday, with Mikel Arteta fearful that Saka's injury could be significant. For Bukayo Saka to come off for sure, it looks like something that is significant, he told the reporters. Odegaard was able to initially carry on after landing awkwardly on his shoulder, which Arteta will hope is a good sign. The fact that he carried on for a little while is a good sign. So that could be just a bruise on his shoulder for Martin Odegaard. The Gunners are already without Kai Havertz due to knee injury. Ben White was absent from the squad from this win over Leeds. Arsenal are next in action on a week on Sunday when they travel to Anfield to take on the reigning Premier League champions Liverpool. Now, those injuries to Odegaard and Bukayo Saka are the negatives of the day, said Mikel Arteta. So Martin felt something on his shoulder when he landed. It is, we have to scan him tomorrow and understand a bit better. Bukayo Saka, while he was running with the ball, carrying the ball, wrestling with the defender, he felt something in his hamstring. So let's see what happens with that. Now, those two are important players for us. Those two are very important players for us. And without them, we will not be the same. Without them, we will not be the same. Anfield is a very difficult place to go to. It really is a very difficult place to go to. And when you don't have your best players on the field, it's going to be even more difficult. But I'm not really worried though, because I'm grateful that we got Ebrishi Eze in. Because we did not know that these injuries will come, right? So now that we do have a number 10 in amongst our players, right? He can take that position where Odegaard was playing. and he can be the playmaker for us. For Bukayo Saka, it's good that we got Nuno Madueke. You see, this is the importance with the depth of the team, right? So therefore, we can put Nuno Madueke at the right winger. We can put Naruiri as that right winger. We can put the youngster Max Dorman as that right winger, right? Even though I do not want to rely on a 15-year-old at a big game like the game against Liverpool. So therefore, we do have a depth now. We really do have a depth. On the left side, we have Martinelli and Trossard, right? So therefore, the depth is looking all right. It's looking. It could always be better. It can always be better, but it's looking all right. So let's see what happens when we go over to Liverpool, and we will see. We will really see how close we are to each other in this Premier League title challenge, right? It really gonna show us. If we go over there and take them on and give them a good game, right? And without Bukayo Saka, if that happens to be so, without Martin Odegaard, if that happens to be so, right? Then we will see how close we are to each other in this title race. That is the injuries on the two players, Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka. And then another thing that we had was the unveiling at the Emirates Stadium. The main guy, it is Eberechi Eze. Now, I'm grateful that we got this guy in. I think he is such a quality player. I really do think he's such a quality player. And in his position, he is amongst the best. He really is among the best. And you can see how crucial this signing was, right? How crucial this signing will be, because we were not expecting Martin Odegaard to get injured, right? In yesterday's game. Now that Bukayo Saka is also out, then a player like Eberechi Eze could come into his own and help us win against Liverpool. He really could do that. That was amazing. It was such a good feeling to see him coming out from the tunnel and being revealed to the audience, and they all welcomed him. AFC stuff said this on their Twitter: "Welcome to your new home, Eberechi." That is beautiful. I really do like this player, and big up Igal, who actually said that he was coming to Arsenal. Big time. Now, the other one that I want to show you guys is, and I'm gonna end the stream with this one, and it is a little bit news about Rodrigo. Transfer News Live said this: Arsenal are still, let me have a look. Arsenal are still exploring a move for Rodrigo even after they completed a deal for Eberechi Eze. And this was tweeted about 16 hours ago. That was yesterday. Are we really going to get Rodrigo? I mean, if we do get this guy, right? I think our transfer window will be among the best in the Arsenal history. It really would be. I already think it is a good window. I really do think so, especially now with Eberechi Eze in amongst our players, right? So therefore, if we all go over there and get Rodrigo, I will applaud Bertha. I think Bertha is a G. I really do think he's a G, and it is amazing that what he has done. His first transfer window, absolutely beautiful to see the way he's done his business. And the one that is the icing on the cake is Eberechi Eze. The way we nicked him away from Tottenham. the day it was announced, and I was sitting and just staring at the YouTube and the content creators. The meltdown from the Spurs fans, right, was beyond belief. It was hilarious, and it was a music to my ears as well. So that was a beautiful bit of a business from Bertha to do it in that way, right? But we shouldn't have waited until Kai Havertz got injured. That is the thing. And that was the scary part. If you see, I'm not gonna say if and whatnot here and all that stuff, but it was a beautiful thing to see. Now, that was the last piece that I wanted to say in this stream, and we talked about everything we needed to talk about for this stream. For you guys who's new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're enjoying the content, and well, subscribe to the channel, right? Smash the like for the stream as well. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I wish you a good day. Peace out.